Hello, my name is Nadia. I'll be presenting a research project that arrives at the question, what innovative yet affordable material and structural choices can be made for flood-resilient dwellings in Naga City? To begin, Naga City serves as the heart of the social, economic, and cultural activities of the Bicol region of the Philippines. Nevertheless, it's highly susceptible to many natural disasters such as flooding for its proximity to the Bicol and Naga rivers. Around 60% of its barangays are vulnerable, indicating threats to livestock, properties, and businesses since most urban areas are located in lower topographic levels. In particular, this research focuses on the barangay Concepcion Pequena due to its proximity to public amenities including educational institutes, healthcare centers, and places of worship. And among the flood-vulnerable barangays, some parts of the site are within the moderate flood risk zone and has a river running through it. The following objectives in this project are hence considered, involving considerable selection of materials, structure, and typologies that will encourage convenience to households within and outside their homes. Looking back at the site, the research will stress on the dwellings of underdeveloped citizens in order to improve their material and structural properties against floods. It is seen that most dwellings are constructed from affordable or naturally sourced materials that are appropriate to the local culture and architecture. However, not all of them can resist floods for a long period of time. Meanwhile, flood mitigation strategies through physical, social, and economic means involve the use of available resources for households, yet most of which require a significant amount of human labor to keep properties and surroundings in good condition. These strategies may constitute a few architectural solutions for flood resilience. The findings led to a few existing case studies. Firstly, the blooming bamboo home in Vietnam selects such material for its lightness, strength, and affordability to suit the underdeveloped economy. Under the floor is a pontoon of anti-oil barrels that keeps the house afloat while being guided by steel poles to withstand floods between 1.5 to 3 meters deep. Overall, the house is constructed in less than a month for only $2,500. Meanwhile, the amphibious house at Thailand also incorporates a pontoon with oil barrels and polystyrene beneath a steel platform. A water-filled trough is provided to ensure that the house stays afloat. This saves costs and resources than building solid walls to block floods. It also incorporates a more solid construction system comprising brick and plaster walls to maximize rainfall resistance. So from both, it's important to use as much lightweight materials as possible to assist with the flood resistance of the design proposal. A number of building materials for each fabric are examined for their water resistance, strength, embodied energy, and cost to suit the local context. The cost of materials is the next most stressed upon. Materials such as bamboo, recycled plastic bricks, timber, polycarbonate, coconut fiber, and aircrete possess lightweight properties to assist the buoyancy of homes, alongside the incorporation of pontoons adapted from the case studies. It is important to consider the composition of each material that will ease the buoyancy of the house when floods arise, such that a wall system entirely comprising recycled plastic bricks with coconut fiber insulation may be heavier than combining it with bamboo walls, or a polycarbonate and timber bamboo frame system which is lighter than asphalt shingles. For flood-resilient design, a pontoon comprising recycled oil barrels and a steel framework underneath the house keeps the house afloat, supported by extendable steel poles attached to the platform to keep the structure in place. A rainwater tank is installed to collect water and hence minimizing the effort of collecting water from public facilities and boiling it before use. The roof is easily assembled by interlocking components together and nailing a polycarbonate sheet onto the framework without extra finishes or connectors. Therefore, costs associated with material, labor, and maintenance can be reduced. For houses with larger setbacks, the potential of facilitating semi-private spaces is present, and hence providing a subfloor space for livestock and natural ventilation by elevating the house with hardwood pillars that the previous pontoon system. The large setback allows the installation of collapsible stairs that can adapt to various flood levels. It's also water resistant since it's made of composite timber that can hardly be warped or worn. The remaining components of this design stay the same to contribute to a lightweight outcome. Laying out spaces in the house is ruled by orientation and interface with its surroundings. The floor plans in common adheres to the gradients between private and public spaces as practiced in Filipino vernacular architecture, adding on to celebrate the local culture alongside the materials and structural systems applied. Firstly, the pontoon system doesn't only suit dwellings with limited setbacks, but also delays flotation above ground until the trough is full. Meanwhile, the hardwood pillar system elevates the dwelling, adapting to floods that can go as high as 1.5 meters, and collapsing the staircase for inhabitants to walk on. In common, both systems ensure that the building's properties and inhabitants remain safe. Therefore, with Naga City being susceptible to floods that adversely affects its vitality, a considered study of newer materials, structures, and typologies with respect to local practices may deliver flood-resilient solutions that will encourage convenience for local households before, during, and after the flood. Thank you for listening.